Hey guys, Jameson8532 here. So you may notice the setup is a little bit different than usual. Usually there's like this big white sheet with a turntable in the middle and all the engines gathered around. Well, that has received some major upgrades. However, the upgrades are incomplete. So I figured it would just be better to do a small setup for a while until the upgrades are complete, and I will show the shed in its entirety complete. Yeah, so I decided, well, let's just make a little small setup with the shed and the sky backdrop, and yeah, because we are just a little bit away from the shed. The shed's like right over here. Like, it's right there. Yeah. So, I just figured, well, let's just do a little setup for a while until the shed is complete. Once the shed is complete, I will show it off in its entirety, and the custom showcases will go back to being in there, or I will continue to make small sets like this, with nothing really to them, just enough to showcase the model. And today's model is Belle. I know, weird. Like, of all the characters I could have made to come right after Porter, I chose Belle? Really? She's barely in any episode. She has like 3, maybe. I think engines like Scruff have more than her. And like, I have not given Scruff a second thought since the last time I seen his episode, like 4 years ago. Till just now. Yeah. So, Belle. I chose her just because her model was one of those I had from a child, and I wanted to make her into the series. But it was in really horrible condition from younger me. She wasn't painted or anything. It's just she was scraped and dented and horrible. Yeah. So I thought, okay, well, let's just make it Belle. Let's just repaint Belle so she fits the AU, and if I ever want another blue Belle, haha, that's funny. If I ever want another Belle in blue, I'll just go and get one later on. Which I don't think I will, just because I didn't use her at all, really. Much at all. But yeah. Another reason I chose Belle to be number 16. Oh my god. Just because I wanted like some variety in the Steam team. Because up till then, we had small tank engines, or we had tank engines, tender engines, and diesels. Or not diesels, since they technically go by a different numbering system, but yeah, basically it's been tender engines and tank engines. Tank engines are never bigger than a 060. Even Oliver is like the size of Duck, so 060. So I bothered, okay, well, let's bring some variety and bring a big tank engine in. Yeah, so that's where Belle came along. And you might be saying, well, if you wanted a big tank engine, you could have used Arthur. I'll get to that in a future showcase. Yeah. So, Belle here was made from, surprisingly, a Belle. Yeah. I just took her apart and repainted her like this. It wasn't super difficult at all, really. Camera would focus, thank you. I chose green just because I think they look good in green, and her real class, I don't remember, it was some British Railways engine. They never wore like any livery outside of black, I'm pretty sure. As far as my research shown, that they never really wore any livery outside of black. And to be honest, I'm trying to really avoid black engines. At least black British engines, just because, I don't know, they're just so, not ugly, but dull. Dull is the word I would use to describe British black engines. Yeah, sorry, my stupid phone here. So I painted her green. You might be saying, okay, well, why did you give her white stripes of all things? And why is there a modern day BR logo on her and then a SM on her side tank? Well, she has a little bit of a headcanon, putting her on this track. So Belle here was, of course, one of these engines. She survived late into dieselization. I'm sorry. Late into dieselization. So, yeah, she survived a long time. Like, she was built, like, early 60s, late 50s, I'm pretty sure. And then survived until, like, the 70s and 80s. I'm not sure what BR's logo was by then, but I don't know. And BR logo at the time, I tried doing it, but, like, it really sucked. So I didn't. So I just gave her a modern day British Railway logo. Yeah. The SM on her tender actually involves another custom that I don't believe I've shown off yet. I might have. If not, this shall be a double showcase. I'll be right back. It involves Neil. An, a Sodor and mainland engine. His face is a little weird. I know. I'm still trying to fix it or make it good. Come on, focus. Okay, I think that's as good as we're getting. Yeah. So, Sodor and mainland railway. Way back before the Califell Railway and all that. So, it's before 1900. I'm thinking that British Railway, trying to repair their relationship with steam lovers, gave like an honorary thing to like an honorary train, like an anniversary kind of. You know the farewell Alan Pegler tour that Scotsman took way back in like 2018. Yeah, that's basically what Belle is for the Sodor and Mainland Railway. She's like the engine who pulled the anniversary thing, and they painted her up in this bright green that is the exact same green I used for Neil. And instead of giving her gold, they gave her white, just to sort of be our representative, kind of. And that's where the SM comes from. It's for Sodor and Mainland. And basically, this was like her last train before she was supposed to be scrapped. But I imagine she was like a regular at Barrow, so Gordon and like the mainline engines came across her quite often. So, of course, they would naturally become friends, and they would tell the Fat Controller about it. And he's like, no, 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 we can't have that. So he bought Belle, making her the number 16 on his railway. Yeah, basically, that's sort of the headcanon. I sanded her down. Originally, I was just going to paint her black because I didn't know what else to do. I was just going to paint her black and live with it. But I tried giving her the white lining, and the white lining really sucked, and I'm like, ugh, this is ugly. So I gave her green instead. I removed her little fire tank things that usually go right here. I don't know where they are. If I knew, I'd pull them out, but yeah, and I just replaced them with regular filler caps. Her bell and her whistle was painted gold. I gave her like her back lamp and handrails and stuff, lining around her buffer beam. Yeah, that's Belle. Her face isn't quite accurate, but it took so long to make the face just look female, and I just got sick of it, so I stopped. Yeah, that's Belle. Really, there's not a whole ton to say about her, but I'm pleased with her. I like the headcanon that she used to be like this BR representative, kind of, but Sodor Mainland, like, anniversary thing. And I think by the time Belle came to Sodor, Neil would have been scrapped. I know, shame. Tear. But he's not owned by the Fat Controller in my headcanon, so it works. Yeah. Belle having the S&M would just sort of, like, remain as, like, a sentiment, like a anniversary or memorial thing to the Sodor and Mainland, because I think the same year Belle arrives that Neil would have been scrapped like earlier that year. Yeah. I'll talk about Neil eventually once I get through all the engines that are currently numbered. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the headcanon for Belle and the custom, of course. And I suppose I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.